Okay, good morning. Today is the 12th day of Adar Sheni, March 22nd. We begin the chapter Lamed Zayin, chapter 37 of Tanya today. And as previously described, in the times of Mashiach, where Hashem's infinite light will be revealed here, it's actually affected by design, the way Hashem designed it, of course, the way we conduct ourselves during these times, during Golus. In truth, each mitzvah has that same achievement of revealing the light of Hashem. So introducing godliness into a previous foreign entity, which means even in our own physical bodies, which is like the neshama and the galus. And also when we do a mitzvah in the world, it's obviously doing a mitzvah in the galus. And we're bringing light and we're doing our part to partner with Hashem and change the world for better. This is especially so when it comes to action-based mitzvahs. Action-based, as we're putting away the tefillin. Some of you are taking them out now, which is good. Okay, let's get right into it. Yesterday and the day before, we were talking about the great divine revelation which will occur when Mashiach comes, and especially at the times of Tchias HaMesim, during the resurrection of the dead. So now he says that the ultimate perfection during that time, meaning the revelation, it's going to be a revelation of the godly light, Hagashmi, in this physical world. We're not going to go up to the spiritual world. The godliness is going to be revealed down here. But that revelation will be dependent on our work now during the Golus, during the times of exile. Unlike by Matan Torah, we didn't do much to deserve it. God just took us out with a strong hand out to a storm. We stood at the foot of the mountain, and then there was this great revelation at Har Sinai. But the next revelation, when Mashiach comes, will be because of all the effort you put in. When you're tired, you'd rather be relaxing, and instead you say, nope, I'm joining you at the funeral today. By the way, if anyone wants to come, we're going to do a mace mitzvah at 11 o'clock in Woodbridge. It's a 97-year-old man, no children, no family. We're going to do a mitzvah. So if anyone wants to join us. And that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Hashem is relying on us. We could say it's busy, Erev Purim, Erev Shabbos. Yeah, goydem schar mitzvah, mitzvah ba'atzma. The reward for this mitzvah that we're going to do today and the mitzvahs that you do every day, guess what the reward is, Charlie? The mitzvah itself. Your connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, your ability to change the world now and in the future for the revelation of godliness to be manifest in this physical world. You're just going to say that. The connection that we have, what could be better? What would you rather have? A certain amount of money? You want a lollipop? What do you want? You want a nice swim in a what? Peace. So instead, when we do a mitzvah, we draw down the revelation of the Or Ein Sof, the eternal light, downward, down here into our world. What could be better than that? What could be better than that? As we said, we experience those small blissful moments when we learn Torah, but there's another way too. For the godly light to be clothed in the physicality of this world, meaning the davar shahaya tchila tachas mimsheles klipas noiga makaba chayus mimena. At first, this physical thing was part of klipas noiga and received its vitality from klipa. We're going to give an example in a moment, but just think the tefillin came from some cow sitting in the field. Oh, take it, we shechte, we eat the meat. Now we use the skin of it for the tefillin. Holy cow, thank you. Very good, Charlie. We take from these klippas, from these things, money they give to tzedakah that could be used for gambling and for buying things that are just not good for you and whatever it might be. And we're using it for holiness. We're using it to secure the shul, the roof of the shul, whatever it might be. So by performing the mitzvah, man draws down the Ein Sof light upon the object which was performed, and the person, and the time, and the location, what could be better? Schar mitzvah mitzvah. The reward for doing the mitzvah is the mitzvah itself. The Alter Rebbe now illustrates this phrase, pure, permissible objects with which the act of a mitzvah is performed, and he brings an example of one object from each of the three categories: animal life, vegetative, and inanimate life. He brings an example, klafat tefillin, umezuzah v'sefer Torah. For example, the parchment of tefillin, the mezuzah and the sefer Torah, which come from the skins of kosher animals. So when we use them for Torah, tefillin, mezuzah, we elevate them, and now they become holy. Commandment of Senes V'Racha, lo'huchshar limleches shamayim ela tahirim mutarim b'ficha. As our sages say, for the work of heaven, meaning mitzvah objects, only that which is pure and permissible to eat may be used. We can't use a non-kosher animal for tefillin. Similarly, an esrog, which is from the vegetation, from vegetative, right? But we use an esrog and we do a mitzvah with it, but it cannot come from the forbidden fruit of a tree's first three harvests. So now in parentheses. And by the way, the third one is money, which is tomorrow's Tanya. So we're not going to get into that now. You'll have to come tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the shir, which is only live. And we give a little recap on Sunday. So in reference to his earlier stipulation that an esrog not be arla and that tzedakah be acquired honestly, the Alter Rebbe notes in the Haggash, arla he shalosh klippos atmeis legam shein lahem aliyah la'olam k'moshe gasu beitz chayim v'chein kometz zabah ba'aveda chas v'shalom. There are certain things that cannot be elevated. They are tied down. They are prohibited from a Jew to benefit from them in any way. And those things you cannot elevate. Even though you say, oh, it's an esrog, what's wrong? Yeah, but it's from the first 3 years of that tree. You cannot use it. That money was stolen. We cannot use that. We can't give it away. That cow was not shechted properly, or it's non-kosher animal. We can't use that skin, that leather. You know what they make a football out of, right? At least they call it that, right? So you can't use that skin in order to make tefillin. And any mitzvah whose performance involves a transgression, obviously, you don't say, oh, I'm doing this in order to do something good. No, that doesn't work. So the takeaway is the reward for a mitzvah is just that. The actual, not just the fact that you got closer to Hashem, the performance of the mitzvah itself. You just revealed in that act that the item used for the mitzvah and that moment and the act is truly divine. And we brought the world's future, which will be when Mashiach comes and the tremendous revelation of godly light, one step closer. And in fact, we create a microcosm of what's about to be. May that be b'mheira b'yameinu. And let's all have a wonderful Shabbos and a freilich and Purim. Motzei Shabbos, we read the Megillah here at 8:30, and Sunday morning, 8:30 as well, 8 o'clock Shachar Sunday morning.